the greatest sport in the world. We're the best in the world. And I don't care what anybody says, we are number one.
Some will be on 500s, two strokes. They've all survived it through. That looks like Bartolini. They did it then. The team consisted of Emig, McGrath and Lansom. Dobby giving Verboorts a bit of a push going down the corner. Carmichael then and Bartolini. And what a fantastic job they've done of it. The circuit here is incredible, believe you me. Very few can equal this around the country. Oh, Verboorts there. He's cruising around. So the pain from that broken nose just too much as Motocross of Nations, and it's all gone sadly wrong from the first race when he got that rock in the nose. And he has now got number 5 Sebastian Tortelli alongside him, and the bars and banging. Look at them elbowing each other. Well, they've been doing this all this year in the United States of America. They've exchanged paintwork more than once this year in the American Supercross and Outdoor Series. The Americans have enough lead and they're coming back, and look at Carmichael. Oh, there you go. Love that. I don't think this will stop Sebastian Tortelli. He's on a roll. The Motocross of Nations, but maybe he can win the last race of the day. And the crowd here, Gordon Crockett up there in 9th place. Smets is in 11th, so he's chipped at the last death. And look at Seb Tortelli. Carmichael, look who's behind those two on the 426 Yamaha. It's the Italian, Andre Bartolini, and these two are at it. Listen to them. The USA, they're 18 points, 37 to win. Great Britain on a chance of a podium. It's going to be Seb Tortelli that takes it for France. He finishes the Motocross of Nations Starboard Cup. Tortelli celebrates. The crowd have gone.
Away from the start then for the 125s and 500s. And going into the first corner, there's a big pile-up straight away. Up front, it's the number 4 rider from the United States, Jeff Emig. He's ahead of Dietmar Lacker, Peter Johansson and the Spaniard. The second lap, and Steve Lampson's now into 5th place ahead of Rob Herring. Tortelli's also taken 6th position from Herring. Shane King, number 19, is in 2nd position. And Steve Lampson, number 6, he's now in 3rd place. And remember, Lampson is on a 125cc Honda. And as Jeff Emig comes through, still leading the race, it is Lampson who comes through in 2nd position now. As we reach half race distance, Steve Lampson is now leading ahead of Jeff Emig. The two Americans drawing away from everybody else. He is now beginning to close up to the Americans. Jeff Emig on the 500cc Kawasaki, and Tortelli now just a couple of lengths behind him. Steve Lampson continues to lead, but it's Tortelli who reappears in 2nd position, and the Frenchman has split the two Americans. The question is now, can he catch up to Jeff Emig and take the win in this all-important race? Lampson comes through to take the win ahead of Tortelli, Jeff Emig, Stefan Everts and Frederic Bollet. So to race 2 of the 3, this between the 125s and the 250s as the field heads for the first corner. Let's watch out for any personal rights with the Slovenian, Fragel, number 74, and Sebastian Tortelli, one of the favourites, the man we saw finish 2nd in the first race. He wanted to see what they needed to see. It's their man, Monique Verwerts, leading the race ahead of Jeremy McGrath. The rest of them coming through, but Jeremy McGrath now has taken over the lead. And the replay of his crash, and it's not going well for him today. But McGrath is the man to beat. He's already opened up a huge advantage, and the American Supercross champion is on his way to victory perhaps once again. 33rd at the end of the first lap, he's now in 11th place. Just getting the rhythm a little bit wrong, and takes a tumble, the American off his bike, and a chance for a change of the lead. Monique Verwerts going past, getting it wrong. Monique Verwerts now the leader, but McGrath is not far behind, having restarted, and he's now fired up again. Any chance but he can't hold off the attentions of McGrath for very long. The crowd really getting behind McGrath's recovery. He goes through, back into the lead once again, but there's nothing he can do about it. It's been a tremendous one once again, fighting his way back up from the back of the field, and he takes 5th place, 2 laps before the checkered flag, with Pit Barra going on to finish in 6th and Stefan Everts in 7th. One step towards winning the Nations event outright.
Tally number 9, Tally winning the 125 shootout. Who's it going to be this time? The long drag up the hill, it looks like Bartolini. And it's the American Emig then, from Demarie, from Byra and Nickel. But it's Emig. And Demarie shoves Byra up. Here, Jeff Emig has the Frenchman Demarie. Number 8 on the inside of it. Then the German Byra, then the Brit. The action is up front. France versus America. And Demarie find a way. Emig still leads, but Byra has gone up to 2nd. The Frenchman back to 3rd. Demarie now to riders out. But not the American at the moment. Emig, Byra, Demarie. Then it's the Belgian Stefan Everts, first of the 125 men. Then Tortelli, 2nd of the 125 men from France. I think we're going to see a bit of team fighting, and it looks like Byra's gone into the lead. The Germans got it. Nicholas moved up to 3rd. Demarie dropping back for France now, obviously in trouble. The American Emig going back after Byra. They're going at it neck and neck. Germany lead the 250 category at the moment. The American 2nd, the British 3rd. And Tortelli, very nearly there for Tortelli before we lost him, and he's past Everts. Win then for the Germans, 2nd then for America in the 250s, 3rd for Belgium, for France, 6 points altogether with the 1 for Tortelli. He won the 125 category.
Jake Nichols not finishing the first race. Drake Kennard up the inside for USA number 2, but Andrew Short, his team. Ben Townley, is it? No, Carl Riegel, the guy from Puerto Rico, starting to make a break at the front. And look at that, 3 lines across there. With Riegel 2nd and 11th. But look at this, Short, Townley, and Ken Roxon. Where did he come from? On the MX2 machine. So Roxon on that deck of Europe, is he? Well, it looks like he did. So now then, we've got Short leading from Ken Roxon. And listen to the creature. The young 16-year-old German finished 2nd in the World Championship in the MX2 class this year. He's going after Andrew Short. Roxon working the outside. Gets the power down, jumps over the step up, and he's in the lead. Max Gargle down in 5th position at the moment. So this is going to play of Germany, because they were right up there in the overall standings. He's going after Roxon. He doesn't want to be humiliated and being overtaken and beaten by the German. And look at that. Tries to keep it tight around the inside, the outside. And Ben Townley has found a way through, but Roxon still trying hard. Run that Suzuki down the inside of the hole. Surely Townley's going to get the advantage going into this next right-hander through turn 10 off the off-camber. Is there going to be a way on the merge of the racing machine? But going to run out of time. And this might change the overall classification here. Townley taking the win here. Carl Riegel will be 2nd, Roxon 3rd.
And they are off and racing now in the 2nd moto, 30 minutes of MXDF form. Everybody gets off cleanly. There are no problems in the pack. As Everts is holding an easy lead for the moment ahead of a trio of Honda riders. Sebastian Tortelli flying out in the lead. Everts glances back at his immediate follower, Sebastian Tortelli, his arch rival, Stefan Everts, showing how it's done here. He's pushing his weight ahead for perfect control. It's a battle of the titans for these 2 exceptional riders, Everts and Tortelli. A reminder of the right over the top of all the tracks of the circuit, while Tortelli plows through them as if they're not there. The pace is extraordinary, making a good comeback right now. He's on the heels of the leaders. He's come to Brazil for results. We're on the 4th lap now, and Tortelli goes for a 6er. Tortelli in the big downhill motocross. but he's able to get back and keep going. Incredible replay. We can see exactly what happened as Tortelli sets off balance when the front wheel hits a rock, and both he and, as we can see, Stefan has a very smooth style as opposed to the more chaotic style of Kevin, who's riding to the limit of his capability. Followed by Wyndham. The last lap, just like the first, is run at top pace. Each one waiting for the other to put one wheel out, and who was lacking a bit of luck, among other things, in having Everts in front of him. Such a disappointing year due to injury has proven his talent yet again, and the whole Belgian motorcycle.
17, he's looking for a great start, doesn't quite get it. Van Hoorbeek alongside him for Belgium. Anderson, number 6 for USA.
8th time here now riding for France.
Jonas up in the second, just saying qualifying up the inside, taking no prisoners, nudges Jonas Brent Van Donek. They will have to throw that score away. Jeff Henning, I was just talking about
The build, there's Jeffrey Hurlings. He is reeling him in. These two riders
on the looks of the mechanics and team and crew down at the garage at Team USA as Jeffrey Hurlings.
So this being a team race, the strategy of it, as they said right now, the Netherlands mechanic put on the signboard. Of course, you're going to put out your very best effort, but you have to be smart in this event also.
Anderson going from first to second, and Hurlings, of course, will reduce the gap, so he'll go from 44 to 43 for the countryman there. It's 11 points, Jeff. So when you look at the Netherlands, 20 is the score that they need.
He is a gnarly competitor. We see him in America. He
blinded by the sunlight, fans, noise, everything. It is absolutely mind-boggling.
The lines that Jason Anderson has taken.
Will he go inside?
And if he's got a better line, look how many fans are right here next to this jump. 1,000. Oh, look at they're up and down. Both riders making mistakes. Both riders hitting good lines.
Here, the cauldron-like atmosphere, and now the pressure he's having to deal with from number 18, Jeffrey Hurlings to shade.
Hurlings, he likes this spot right here. Anderson slams the door.
9.5 minutes plus 2 laps to go. Hurlings has been pushing for the last half a lap now. He still continues to lead. They're on lap 10. We've got 9 minutes plus 2 laps to go. And Anderson has kept him back at bay on every single occasion.
He definitely has, and they're zigzagging back and forth into the second half of the track. If something doesn't happen before then.
Goes tight. They bang on a Fetcher KTM. Nothing in it between the white and the orange. Oh! Hurlings thought about diving down the inside.
Unbelievable performance out of both of these riders.
Hurlings is down!
Oh, he goes down the
surface we were talking about earlier on in the day, and that is that. Anderson.
Yeah, it looked like that's probably going to be a 10 or 15 second crash.
Yeah, USA's second race victory since 2011, when they were Anderson picks himself up off the deck from the qualifying race yesterday, and Jason Anderson won the race and was celebrating.
He comes down, he hears him. Anderson goes down hard.
The last chance qualifier. Here's the action, some of the action from the 125 qualification, and boy, was this hard to qualify. And their number 1 rider on the 125, Travis Pastrana, was out there in front, making sure the American wasn't going to have this all his own way. The Langston, the American 125 champion. These two would be knocking bars together next year. Langston, of course, seeing the American under pressure, decided it was time to apply a little bit more. And these two in front of this neck and neck, corner to corner, and elbow to elbow at times. But the American was not to be phased, just showing the South African what was in store for him next year when he came to the States to race. He gets 1 point, the rider in second place gets 2 points. Of course, the lowest teams helped to qualify them through to the Nations Cup race on the Sunday. But the American had decided in front, but Langston was having none of it. He came right back at him, but at the finish, it was the American who took the win and the 1 point.
Well, as she's ushered off trackside. Oh, and Villepotto again gets a blinding start up the inside and fills in his great new. And I'll tell you what, number 9, Steve Ramon did not make a good start. Field. Because that means that they're going to have to work. Has made a blinding start. So Tedesco in unfamiliar colours, because of course he was very much a late addition. Worst result in race 6, but you can't guarantee that. Now Townley is really attacking Christophe Pourcel. Kawasaki's strung out together. And Villopoto needs no target, and at the moment the Yaks lying first, the skimpy little Sicilian star. And once again it's the 250F guys who are at the front. Tedesco leads on the big Suzuki, but look at this, Pourcel, Townley, Villopoto, Cairoli is determined. Christophe Pourcel in second place. But where is Pourcel's teammate? 1947, it was the first ever World Championship, this event. It came into being 10 years before the team on it are almost wrapped up, cut and dried. Ryan Villopoto finished third in the West Coast Lights Championship riding. Meanwhile, at the front, look at this. Without another big ball bike anywhere near him, Ivan Tedesco dominating this. After two out of three races. Townley still trying to hang on. Villopoto looks underneath and finds a tight line. Oh, and holds it and gets the power down brilliantly. That's what makes this kid such an outstanding prospect. But Townley goes straight past underneath him. The heat on the track burns fiercely. Townley, New Zealand, Villopoto. And here once again, oh, what a move by Villopoto. He goes for a gap that really wasn't there enough, but it might be now. No, he's come up short. No, he hasn't. He's come up long. Oh, dear me. Tedesco on that lap. So Tedesco 3, Villopoto 2, Cairoli 38, Townley 11. Support of the amazing Tommy Searle, now up to 10th place. Whoa! And Villopoto gets it all wrong. Colossal mistake. He comes straight back at Ben Townley. Can BT hold him off? As I said, Townley, remember, coming back from injury. But Cairoli, look at this. Oh, Cairoli goes for the inside. A big moment then from Tedesco. Throws it off balance. Ernay last weekend. The climax to the World MX2 Championship. Just look where you're going, son. He's going to play with. So Cairoli takes victory and the checkered flag. A stupendous ride. Everybody in sight. That was excellent performance.
Gate drops here for the final time. The 68th FIM Motocross of Nations. Oh, Chad Reed!
Taking a look at these riders, locked bars going down the start straight. And then who's going to come out with this, Paul?
Dirty, 31st for Tomac, 33rd for Dungey. He was not that far down on the first half of that lap. So 31, that's Cyril Klein-Krumhoff of the Netherlands. So his teammate is the 5th position, something like that. And I tell you what, Tomac, this is probably the best thing that can happen for him because
You've got Tonkov just behind him. So it's very tight at the top. There's about the in your screen right there with Noggle. He'll be unsafe to have a chance.
Well, Paulin here just biding his time, looking for a way through on the Belgian. So this is Belgium versus France. Paulin on the Kawasaki, looking for a way through up the inside. He makes the pass, he makes it stick. Tomac round the outside of Dean Wilson. This is an awesome performance from Eli Tomac, the racetrack, and a little bit more. And Tomac has definitely got his A-game here.
Starting to close up a little bit here, and just France has had such an out. If either one of their riders made a huge mistake here, that would be a big problem for them. And all on the table here. Oh, and I believe this is it around the outside.
Say, leaving nothing on the table here, and it's just basically got him up into 5th place. He's now about
work with. Certainly, that's why you're seeing his French teammate there, Dylan Ferrandis.
And he's going to have the inside line down into the hump just alongside pit lane.
Up the inside here over the roller.
Makes it stick. Tomac goes through to 3rd to 4th place between Paulin. Paulin has clear track though.
Yeah, but Tonkov was a 56 and Van Horbeke a 50 out. But with 10 minutes and 2 laps to go, at the way that Tomac is riding, challenge for the lead.
Where was this performance in race 1?
Well, that's the great thing about it. With it, you get
around the outside of Tonkov and then going to switch it back and wide again, and that's another position. So
his first race, which was race 2, he stalled out. He was very conservative. Could not.
Money on the table. Race win for Tomac, yes or no?
French riders.
But we're looking at, we've just had a quick glimpse there, but over on the back straight, but over the flag, Paulin, he wins the final moto. It's a double race win. Back in 1947, they become the 68th winners.
Motocross of Nations champions, let the celebration begin. The hug.
Etc. And it's Davide Guarneri closest to us, but who's it going to be? Centre of the screen, a slower rider, the MX2 guy up the inside, which happened to be Guarneri. And Cairoli was allowed then to storm around the outside. He's just got a glimpse of Stephen Frossard, so he's quite the way down for France. And USA on that Rockstar Makita Suzuki, but Cairoli goes wide. And Chad Reed storms up the inside. Look how rough the circuit is here in this sand section. But Chad Reed, the 450 AMA American Outdoor Motocross champion, this is probably the only event in his career that he has yet to win. But Tony Cairoli, though, he's the 2000 up the inside. And listen to that crowd. And can Cairoli get through here? Well, Reed's on the inside, and Tony Cairoli keeps on the gas. Tony Cairoli is our new race leader. Chad Reed there in second, with Jonathan Barragan of Spain in third. And if Tony Cairoli could pull off a victory here in this opening moto, that would just set the score in theory. Tony Cairoli over the Tekka triple jump. He decides to double Chad Reed in this race. Watch, just taking a quick look over his shoulder. There's Tony Cairoli. Just over 16 minutes to go. Challenging for the lead. Both riders up and over that triple jump. Drifting a little bit too wide, both those riders. And he is in 5th place, but coming out of the final corner to one, much to the delight of the Italians, the team and the crowd, of course. Chad Reed came over the line second for Australia. Ryan Dutchy came over.
Now all eyes on this outside, a great jump from Paul M. And he gives Martin Ware from the inside for Team USA, but is that Barsha? Barsha's leading for Team USA. So Barsha getting the foxhole shot, €1,000 on the line there. That is even
Fueling his, the emotion of it all, just fueling his energy here. Ani O'Mara riding for America won the race on a 125, which is pretty much unheard of.
evenly matched contest. Oh, Barsha, he slips again. He stalls in the corner, and Muscat goes through.
Look at that shot. Muscat looks at his pit board, he looks over his shoulder.
And he's putting it out there 10 years after he had one of his most momentous occasions.
Look at Barsha, he's got a charge.
Oh, wheel is the first one and doubles. Great line from Marvin Muscat.
You can really tell that Barsha's up the intensity.
Oh, down the inside.
Gonna get nasty.
Oh, and it goes down.
Oh, he saves it. Drag race at leaders. This type of racing.
And we've still got 14 minutes. Goes to the inside, goes to the side by whoa! Barsha goes through. Goes outside, can have the inside combination in the final corner. Marvin Muscat. So, we'll be leading on 7. France drop to 9.
Wow, just outstanding racing. Muscat grabs a tear off in riding at the very high up.
Oh, Barsha loses at the entry to pit lane. And he's up the inside, he's got the drive.
Oh, gives him a little nudge.
So, Marvin Muscat going after, he's going to try to get the drive around the outside, both guys getting over it.
He's jumping around. It takes such great athleticism and talent to be able to ride at this pace.
Barsha, Team USA, number 7, leads Marvin Muscat, just found his way through, coming down the start straight.
Wide line, okay, which is a longer line, takes more speed. See Barsha back to the inside here and Johan because they're all part of the
Muscat!
team.
Muscat gets it wrong! And that's after the hip-on jump. Top of the screen, Marvin Muscat. Oh, big crash.
Oh, wow, look at, he gets ejected.
And it in that particular broadcast, but dropping downhill.
There it is.
Flag goes out for the number 7.
Yeah.
Justin Barsha starts to celebrate. He goes.
Michael is een geweldige starter, de Amerikaan met nummer 85, maar zien of Stefan... Alle drie zitten ze. Dus de Belgen uitstekend gestart. Ook Carmichael zitten, daar komt er nooit iemand aan dan. En Carmichael is nummer 3 en Ramon is nummer 4. Ja, de beste. Voldoende om allicht tegen Smets en Everts op te tornen, maar een kleine val en daar een valpartij inderdaad van Smets. Carmichael er vlot op de 3e plaats.
Ik denk dat hij een beetje zenuwachtig van de start gekomen
Finish voorbij zien we.
Dus het is wel zo dat Carmichael nu wel de lijn aan het bestuderen is van Stefan.
Ook gewoon voorbij laten als het nodig is, want het gaat naar ontplaatsing voor de finale. Smets is intussen als 17e de coach van de Amerikanen en dat is Roger de Koster. Al sinds 1981 de grote finale wanneer het gaat om de wereldtitel zeg maar. Dan zal de gast, de 7-voudige wereldkampioen, te werk gaat.
Daar is Carmichael toch wel iets sneller en je moet het zo bekijken. Er was gewoon niets. En je hebt niet echt heel grote hellingen zoals in Frankrijk. Je kunt er niet meer van maken. En wat dat ze gedaan hebben...
Carmichael gaat voorbij Everts. Everts neemt hem terug. Ja, nu al op het scherp van de snee. Mooi.
Dat is zo de hele week. We gaan een mooie wedstrijd zien.
Maar één, dat is dan nog een verdubbelde rijder uit Noorwegen in de gaan aan die snelheid. En Everts is opnieuw voorbij Carmichael. Zouden ze een beetje aan het spelen zijn, maar ik denk van we gaan het publiek wat...
Ja, maar ik denk dat ook met die geduldige rijders dat de Carmichael dan een beetje een nadeel was. En Stefan het zag om een aanval te zetten en terecht. Rijden bijvoorbeeld zou er wel heel goed zijn.
Ja, dat lukt niet, want daar komt Carmichael in zijn agressieve stijl via de binnenbocht terug aan de leiding.
Dat is het al gezien. En
waarmee heeft dat te maken?
ja, ik had te strak al gezien dat hij de bocht ervoor goed afsneed naar binnen.
Intussen heeft Everts de koppositie opnieuw overgenomen. Kijken eens naar Smets, die is vijfde.
En in het finale heeft hij een herkansing eigenlijk en kan hij terug goed uitpakken en terug gepasseerd worden.
Zo is de huidige stand. Als het zou gaan om de wereldtitel, België 4 punten, de Verenigde Staten 8 en Groot-Brittannië 15. Dat zijn de eerste 3 en de eerste 6 zijn hier gekwalificeerd. Dus aardige strijd tussen Denemarken, Nederland en Portugal.
Ze zijn aan het spelen.
Zij aan zij. Het lijkt alsof ze op beurt op de rem duwen om de leiding af te geven. Ik kan niet zeggen dat het nu nergens om gaat, maar ja goed, de Amerikanen en de Belgen weten zich zo zeker van een finale plaats.
Nee, maar langs de andere kant zijn ze wel mentaal aan het vechten eigenlijk. Nu aan het zeggen van het zoeken en aan het doen.
Bijna bij elke bocht kijken de twee rijders naar elkaar van hoe snij jij die bocht aan? Ik kijk, jij doet het zo, dus ga ik straks het anders proberen om te passeren. Is dat hier anders?
Hier zijn er veel mogelijkheden om te passeren. Dat is wel een voordeel. Dus daarom dat je zo'n wedstrijden ook kunt bekijken. Ik heb de laatste Grand Prix in Ernée bijvoorbeeld in Frankrijk, daar kon je bijna niet passeren. En dan wordt het ook maar een saaie bedoeling.
Volgend seizoen in het hervormde wereldkampioenschap alweer.
Dus dan sta je een hele rare stijl. Hè. Ik zie hem eigenlijk niet graag rijden als je dan Stefan ziet rijden. Dat is...
Carmichael op weg naar de finish. Hier gaat hij voorbij. Even nog de motor bijna ondersteboven draaien en zeggen wie mij straks klopt, die wordt...
On this race and indeed on this team championship. Oh, Bubba Stewart gets blocked off the start. And he's tucks in up the inside just behind Steve Ramon on the 450 Suzuki. One of the Americans is trying to nose, and that would be James Stewart trying to nose in front as Billy Mack takes the lead. X1 career. Mackenzie gets the power down. Philippart gets the power down. Philippart is a fighter though. He comes back at Mackenzie. Billy Mack. Tedesco is back in 9th place. Mackenzie having a rip snorting battle. Remember, this has got to go 30 minutes plus 2 laps. The man who will be taking over his Yamaha ride next year. And the Stars and Stripes are out in support of James Stewart and Ivan Tedesco. Make it stick. James Stewart is there in 5th place. What a fantastic shindig this is here at Matterley Basin, Motocross of Nations. Spectacular world team action. Oh, Josh Cobbins trying to go right round the outside of Philippart, and Philippart squeezes the door shut on him. No, he doesn't. Oh, what a race. Already what a race. KTM versus Honda at the front. Battle for the lead. And it's 4-way now because James Stewart's in there. They've just slightly gapped Mackenzie, and then they're followed by Sebastian Porcel, number 4. Fastest man on track on the last lap was James Stewart with a 2 minutes 9.225 second lap. As once again Coppins tries to line up Philipparts. That serious shoulder dislocation he suffered. Oh, he's gone down! Coppins goes down. Number 37. Oh, look at that. Stefan Everts leaned on by James Stewart. He tried to lean back on Bubba, but it didn't work. Everts isn't used to that sort of aggression. The youngsters have been a bit overawed by him this year in MX1. He's not used to people cutting underneath him like that and just attempting to take his foot pegs from under his feet. An American on the top deck of an individual race here as Everts goes for the inside line and drops into it. But Bubba Stewart is so aggressive and he finds the inside rut again into the next turn. And this is Everts being shown what it's like to get some really attacking, forceful aggression thrown at him on the big four-stroke Kawasaki. Now David Philippart, who of course is a relative novice, the tall, angular, handsome Italian riding the Red Bull champ KTM. But Bubba's looking for some way in. Stewart second for the USA, Everts third for Belgium, Pourcel fourth for France, Ramon fifth for Belgium, and Tedesco. Look at how close and fast these two guys swapping about. Oh, Everts, where did he pull that from? Feet pinned, he goes on the outside of James Stewart. Wow, Stewart though instantly responds. Look how aggressive the American is, always looking for that inside rut, and if he can't get the inside rut he'll make his own. He's back in front. Philippart must be wary, because right now if James Bubba Stewart just claws his way away from Stefan Everts and can focus on challenging Philippart, then that would be spell danger for the KTM rider. Race. Everts once again surges round the outside of James Bubba Stewart. What fabulous racing. This is what we wanted to see. Europe versus the USA. He has closed right on this trio with his fastest lap, but of course, has he got that aggression? Can he learn from Bubba Stewart ahead of him? Try. Here comes Stefan Everts. He launches his way past number 37, David Philippart. Now, Philippart pushed to second place. Dixon Yamaha, Swiss champion, having a poor day for the promoter Steve Dixon. And here comes Bubba Stewart. He's regrouped. He's launched his way past. Fastest man on the track on that lap was Jonathan Barragan in sixth place now for Spain. Barragan and Tanel Leok of Estonia have launched themselves through to sixth and seventh place behind Sebastian Pourcel. They're all in the picture there. Robert, the man who inspired the kid, as well, of course, as his dad, who won 4 world titles himself. It's a long history. Wonderful. Let's hope the maths are right. Stefan Everts wins the third race. Yet again, proves just how good he is. James Stewart in second place. Congratulating one another. What a pair of racers they are. James Bubba Stewart and Stefan Everts, a pair of legends.
For America on the lights bike alongside Tony Cairoli. So we've got it all over the place here in terms of where the best guys are. But diving into the lead, I think it is. And Chad Reed, and we've got somebody going down over the handlebars. But Chad Reed pulls a whole shot for Team Australia. We've got Rattray up the inside. Tommy Sale, in second or third position. Cairoli goes down for Italy.
Right, so far this weekend is that first turn is crucial, and straight away it's proved it with Cairoli going down. It's already second, down in 18th place. So Joe Rolands actually is 13th riding for Team Belgium. So MX2's being completely
outside. Wow, they're mighty close as they come over the Monster Energy finishing line jump. And Ryan Dungey, well, east meets west right here in Saint-Jean-d'Angely.
Broken completely. He's out.
Cairoli, that bike is going nowhere, and that is a big blow for Team Italy. Pourcel next in shot, and we've got Pourcel. No, Rattray, then Pourcel. This time though, Ryan Dungey does go through. He goes into seconds to Chad Reed. And Chad Reed, well, it was 1.7. This is what it is now as they head up the furthest point of the track onto that bit from 2000 when he overtook Stefan Roncada down there in some kind of spectacular fashion. Mist is blowing in from the coast. So it was already pretty slick, but drying out. So we've got interchangeable conditions here. Say showers around about 2 o'clock. Well, they'll come a little bit early. The French crowd, though, they don't care about that because Christophe Pourcel front here, Chad Reed, who just ducks his head there in the green and gold, and Ryan Dungey, the guy behind him, number 1, as we approach back markers, and slow riders coming out of it.
Well, but Dungey's just a good all-around rider, so you can always expect him to be up front.
I was just looking at the uphill jump, the first of those 2 step-ups. Look how shiny it is on the takeoff of those, and on the landings. It's going to be all over the back of our leaders. In fact, it's gone through on Ryan Dungey. So Roxon now in second position here, number 8.
Nigel being out on the team, so it's kind of for him. He just wants to go out there, get as good a finish as he can for himself, and then with
17, obviously with Baggett's result down in 14th, and Ryan Dungey now third. Australia are third with a 20. Yeah, it's been wire to wire at the moment for him. Roxon closing in though, 3 seconds he was, and he went over the line. Chad Reed, chance yet of Australia getting on the podium. Which position? We don't know, but Reed for now wins the race. Ken Roxon second, and Ryan Dungey comes over the line in third.
Great time to Brown, but this is race 1 of this 2007 Red Bull Motocross of Nations. I think it's Philippotto that leads. Yes, it is. Well, how about that? Where's Carmichael? Philippotto out front. Ryan Philippotto, number 2 out front. Well, it's the MX2 rider from America on their own machine. Oh, that's Philippotto. He's got caught up with Israeli. He's a Chilean rider. Villopoto out front then. Searle there in second now. Tommy's going to come American rider. Checkered flag for Villopoto. The phone numbers. Here we go, gate drops. Are they all safely going to make that first corner? It's a very tight one. Another steaming start, and he's out there with the big 450s. And first race, MX1 and MX2. Well, he can't do any more than what he's doing, really. And Tim Ferry-Chamberlain, Nations Trophy back home. Well, back home, they're already here, aren't they? Sweden, from everywhere they're here. They've come from Mexico, Guatemala, they've come from everywhere. Oh, that she'd made a start. Look at that, and he's enjoying this. This is his last race of the campaign this weekend. He's out now, the Nations, and so is Hurley. Cody Cooper, the only surviving rider, he's packed his bags and gone home.
This time around, put the weakest guy up the inside, but Dean Ferris again on that Yamaha, rocks it along throwaway ride, who knows, but wow, already an interesting start there. So
lap, and if you're a Team USA fan, you're clearly taking a little bit of a sigh of relief. You've got your riders running third and fourth right now.
CA as Tomac looking for a way through, and he finds a way through. Almost a deja vu moment between these two guys.
Exactly where they met last time in the ill-fated moment of Eli
Germany versus America. Barsha third, Ferris fourth, Simpson fifth, Tonkov sixth, and Oleok seventh.
There were times it looked like Roxon was going to be a clear winner, and only going to have the victory snapped right out.
Getting out top here, getting very vocal. Tomac senses a victory here. He would love to do that week out back home in the US. Supercross, of course, outdoor in the AMA Nationals, but Roxon would so love, he would be disappointed.
My very first exposure to the sport was
Tomac. Side by side, over the jump here. Roxon takes a look over his shoulder. Rimac is going around the outside. Has he got the move on the inside here? Sorry to cut over there.
No, this is what you came to see right here. Tomac whipping it around the outside to do a little scrub on the outside. He's carrying a lot more speed. Here we come onto their soil, and believe me, I can tell you this right now as we're sitting here some 30 years later.
A bit of a spring on the bounce there, but again, he's got a good line around there, Tomac, until the final lap.
Tomac goes into
running wide.
Roxon goes into a defensive mode to cover the line he had. Tomac on cruise control.
It just comes down to line choice now, though, doesn't it, between these guys? Because obviously it's harder to lead than it is to follow. Roxon. Nice line there from Ken Roxon.
Trying everything he can right now. He wants to win this thing in the worst of ways. Certainly doesn't want to make the same mistake. Roxon makes a little.
Thankful that Tomac is not that close as they start the last lap. But we know how hard Tomac can ride here. But Roxon then, he thinks he can still go on and win this race. It's for him to lose and Tomac to gain.
Gained about half of it back. If you remember, we're coming into that final corner where Tomac is. This is the corner Tomac made the big mistake last time. He needs to get through a cleanly to get a drive, and if he doesn't, it's over.
And Ken Roxon
did. He took the inside line away.
He wins a moto here. He's never done that before, and they're going to need that going into the last race. These two guys, they race each other every week. Rough mathematics here. At the moment, Belgium are now leading the way.
They are all in with a shot of this title, and it's going to be absolutely past the pits. First off, we're looking right at the front of the pack, beside him as well. So we've got the two Kawasaki's out in front, 1 and 2, absolutely all over each other. I think Coppins was making a move for about third position, as we sure it is, because Porcel is riding his heart out for the French by Ricky Carmichael, that fantastic American racer, and now Porcel side him and really giving the fight to the American. Drops up alongside him in Donington Park Raceway, and we don't know whether it's still going to be here as Porcel gets very close to the outside to keep up with Stewart and really comes down on the inside of him and starts to get very close. He's not known to give away to anybody when he's in that mood, and they almost clash there. Stewart goes completely ballistic down there as the Frenchman takes the lead. Even the Union Jacks are flying out there one way or another. But Sebastian Porcel pushing on with the Kawasaki. Stewart now then into second position, fights back from it, takes a quick look over his shoulder. You can just see Coppins in the background there, trying to keep pace with these two guys up front. And they put on a superb display. The Stewart comes alongside, fights back again, and we've still got over 26 minutes of this race to run. This is going to be soon. Motocross of Nations is about one country fighting another one, but it's going to be down in the trench, and he's going to come across the line. These guys are going to score the low points up the front, the way it's going to the Italians. Oh, Stewart's come off, and the Kawasaki, it will not get started. He's going to come home with this race win in second place. Now, fingers crossed, this race becomes by the Red Bull Hospitality and takes the win. That is the...
So we've got 3 MX2 guys up the inside.
comes from, and it's the French. It's Gauthier Paulin, our French commentators next door. So we've got Paulin from MX2 normally in the Grand Prix, and Jeffrey Hurlings goes to the inside, and Roxon there in third.
Villapoto 13 and Muscat 14.
Crucially, Anderson down in 18th place for Great Britain. He gets a drag on the 450 Yamaha and squeezes Gauthier at the top of the hill and keeps it short on the tabletop. Is there, and the rain's starting to come down again. I think just a few spots there. Roxon goes to the inside, but see how
from the team, but straight away, look, Hurlings hit the rut and got cross-righted. Roxon going through.
Hurlings won't let him go through there though. Double single on the uphill triple jump. It's starting to rain out there. Paulin makes a move and goes down the inside of Ken Roxon. And he's going after Hurlings. He's got the power down on that Yamaha. And Hurlings wants to squeeze. There's no room through there, surely. Yes, Paulin goes through. Jackson Tortelli and Ricky Carmichael took chunks out of each other as Roger Pulsar and 12.5 plus 2 to go. That gap, well, we don't even need a time screen. It was 1.029. Strybos in that battle for fourth position. He's only 4 seconds down on Ken Roxon, who's in third as Hurlings goes up the inside of Gauthier Paulin. Rather than cancel all 4 scores as Hurlings goes up for another challenge on the Frenchman Gauthier Paulin out of that top corner.
Roxon looks across at Villapoto. He knows he's coming.
Inside the top 20 positions, down in 22nd place. And Villapoto moves up the inside of Ken Roxon. Oh, and he takes. In fact, Roxon would have gone back by him. So there's been a mistake. There's Roxon off the top of the rebootizer. And there is Villapoto.
Better than this on his return to France.
8th in the first moto for the Frenchman, and Villapoto's got US rider up into 18th place now, just behind the Estonian Brit Ratset.
Well, is Roxon going for some payback? He was slammed out of the way.
2 Red Bull Decker KTMs sandwiching there either side of Ryan Villapoto, the US rider in the 2 motos. Villapoto going after Jeffrey Hurlings though, with just over a lap to go. Hurlings just holding off a second. So Jeffrey Hurlings just ahead of them in that final corner, the place here at Saint-Jean-d'Angely. They are on their feet. Look at the crowd out there. This is an epic battle. Villapoto goes high and wide. He's going to slingshot over the triple jump. Say that could be that vital point at the end of the third moto in about an hour and a half's time. Going to go down the inside. No. Hurlings squeezes the door, makes a mistake, so too does Villapoto, crucially at the wrong moment. He's got no time. He dared even take the hand off the handlebar to celebrate because the conditions are so treacherous. Hurlings on that 350 from the finish line. There's our race leader, the Frenchman Gauthier Paulin. He will raise the roof here when he takes the checker flag. And a mistake there from Hurlings. It's a win for Gauthier Paulin. He raises the roof here at Saint-Jean. Hurlings holds on for second.
With respect to the front, it's further down we're watching now because let's see where the...
Ready to go. Gets a good jump as well over on the left-hand side. He leaves Marvin Muscan behind in his wheel track. He grabs the Foxhole shot and €1,000 to go with it.
From the outside gate there, each team.
A great start for Martin as well because we've got the number 12 here of Dean Wilson for GB, and then behind.
Yeah, and really just light this crowd up.
So look at this gap here. It was 4.1 at the end of lap 3. If he's to get Team France back on course in this Motocross of Nations, but Team USA.
Now you can see the gap down to 1.3 seconds, and the reason is Fever just set the fastest lap of the moto.
Over the jump pad coming into turn 3. So Maxim is now having to come in for some running repairs. He had a big crash on the downhill triple yesterday in pre-practice, and he had a good point. And Andy Baumgartner. So Baumgartner in 14th.
Landscape.
Yeah, they reckon there's close to 60,000 fans in here today alone. And great move from Febvre up the inside. He's going to have the right line coming into this left-hander. He goes through. And once again,
supporting their guys.
But the atmosphere here is, it's been like this all year, all weekend long, hasn't it, Jeff? You know, he got the pass up the inside. He's now running down the inside. Going to hold a nice tight line.
And this Martin trying the inside line, trying desperately to get past Van Hoorbeek on the outside.
Slingshot.
No. Martin blocks the inside line, and look, hey, is Martin going to get the inside line here?
He's got to be careful.
Not going to happen.
Marvin Muscan all over the back of him here. Who goes around the inside and then goes around the outside. Martin gets caught, and he makes a mistake, and Muscan goes through.
But now can Martin use the same thing to his advantage with Muscan if he has trouble passing?
Close that gap to the
wide line. He's got it.
Around the outside.
So this is what I was talking about. And so he gained some time on it. Now let's see if Webb. Okay, so lap riders are at because they come past some of these slower riders so quickly.
He's down to his 9 and Dennis.
Look at this.
And he goes for the pass. Oh, he went straight for the front wheel. Their feet, they won't like that, but hey, Cooper Webb won't care.
Hey, Cooper Webb, he is a gritty young rider.
So that's going to be tough for the Belgians. They're currently in 6th. Oh! Webb goes down. He gets cross-threaded.
No, there's still so much racing to go. And track's going to be really, really difficult.
Yeah, he salutes the fans. He wins race 2. Roman Bedrock wins it for Brent over the line in third for a French 1-3.
And the open clap.
Our boys need a couple of heroic rides here in Moto 3, much like Stanton did for Team USA in 90 and
won his opening race of the day. There's Cairoli on the 46. There's Dungey on the 1.
Starts that they needed. Can't be too concerned with Cairoli, who's out front flying. Our boys, Dungey and Barsha, are going to have to lay it all on the line. Try to eliminate
Abrashev, the Russian, running along in third, just in front of that Belgian. Is going into second, so the Americans. Dungey is down big. Dungey is down, but Hurlings is on the charge. There he is. He's all the way up to fourth.
Unbelievable ride. Now, Hurlings has posted his fastest lap time of a 1:57.
Timing and scoring hasn't caught up with Jeffrey Hurlings because he's now the third, because that's Barsha just in front of him.
Tony Cairoli out of Italy.
And here goes Hurlings past Barsha. There is a tremendous battle for the overall. And Jeff, this is what everybody was hoping to see. Arguably the two best sand riders in the world. Jeffrey Hurlings has caught the 46 of Antonio Cairoli. You'll see.
Plus 2 laps. You know Cairoli knows Hurlings is coming. And when those air horns start going off, 2 champion behind, this is all the bragging rights here.
And as we talked about earlier, Jeff, and a couple laps to go. Team USA, by the way.
But watch, there's just a section here where, oh, look at Hurlings. Look how much momentum he carries. This through there, almost cross-rutted. See how he just picks the front wheel up right here?
Finals. We'll have it for you here. The end coming up on the CBS Sports Network. Cairoli continues to lead on the 46. Here comes Hurlings, though.
And Cairoli catches traffic.
There's no reason, just because we're not running in the sand there, to think that Germany is going to be any less competitive.
Cement that win. I tell you, it's so fitting. I mean, a rider like Kim Brox and Marcus Schiffer have really got the job done. Very similar here to what Cairoli has done
here. But today, Antonio Cairoli takes 2 wins in the MX1 class, the #1 rider on the sand.
You can tell that was a big victory for him right there. Look at the
2007 MX and Nations underway the gate drop, and here these guys go. Who's going to make the first one? Is it Carmichael? Very last motocross professional ride of his career. Let the bomb go. The American fans, and I'll tell you, it's not just the American fans, all the people of Trump, the greatest rider of all times, Ricky Carmichael. That could all change in the closing laps. But look at Carmichael. He knows he's got this one. He's even got time to... That is indeed the greatest of all time. Look at him. He's going to have to do a lap of honour. I'm sure the American team are going to do it, and we've got to say goodbye to him in style. There he is. Carmichael wins the final race here at Budds Creek 2007. It's Tim Ferry and Ricky Carmichael. It's a lap of honour. Well, that's now 18 to America, 15 to Great Britain.